Hello everyone and welcome back to the last day of the Collegiate Chess League's season here in fall 2023, presented by SIG. My name is Joe, and we have University of Massachusetts C team against Texas A&M's B team here in Division 7, fighting for the third place here in the finals. I guess technically not the finals, but it is the final day of the season. We have the games already underway. Let's tune in and see how they go. All right, so here we go. Chess Center versus Noob Cuber Ryan. Chess Center's Alexander Wang. Jeffrey Kang is Noob Cuber Ryan. So this is top board from Texas against bottom board from UMass. And it looks like the Texas player's doing well, as expected. So that's good for them. We have another couple of games to look at. So checkmate G64. This is Gaurav Darshan, board 3 from Texas, up against Banker Ice Butt from UMass. That's Thomas G. Also board 3, it seems. We have Oscar versus Matt. So Matt is top board from UMass, 1939. Oh, we have a result here. Okay, so this is Fostem versus Priyadarshi. Carl Ken, thank you. Appreciate that you like the new logo. All right, so let's put a point on the board then, right? For, who is this? Dennis Folitsi. No idea if I'm saying that right. Okay. So which game should we look at? Maybe we look at a really quick recap. So white's up in exchange, and it looks like we have the rooks are pretty active here. Yeah, just blundered a piece, and there's the mate. Well, there's a block, but you get the point. Okay. So Division 7 prizes. Maybe we take a look at how much that's worth. Division 7, third place gets $150. Fourth place gets 4 3-month diamond memberships, which is pretty valuable. It's definitely something. Some people prefer the memberships over the cash, actually, believe it or not. Okay, so yeah, $150 on the line here for Division 7. All right, checkmate with the white pieces looks to be doing good. This is Gaurav from Texas. So UMass starting off with a 1-point lead. Maybe I'll check how they got here from the bracket. So let's see. Division 7. So it looks like Texas A&M, very close match. They lost 8.5 to 7.5 to Georgia Tech's C team. And UMass also lost a close match to OSU's B team. I suspect that's Oregon State, but it could also be Ohio State. But that was 9 to 7 with the OSU B team. That's actually, okay, so it was Ohio State ended up winning. And here we see Gaurav converts their win with the 2 rooks. This game looks to be in Jeffrey's favor. Top board from Texas. Let's give the point there to Gaurav. And we have Oscar Shi. This is 4th board from Texas versus 1939 Matt. Top board. Okay, so and Oscar's doing great. Hold on, what happened in this one? If the 4th board is gonna upset the top board, that's just rough. So knight takes here. Black takes with the discovery, but there's knight takes here. Knight here with the fork. Knight here with the bigger fork. Take, 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 save this. Save that. Here, take, king up, here. Yeah, just not taking this for whatever reason. And yeah, Oscar should be able to convert this. It's a lot of material. Look at this king. Center of the board like that. Yeah, up a minor piece, plus a rook, plus 3 pawns for a grand total of 11 points. And saving the rook as well. Ooh, fork, but there's a check. Don't forget the check. Yeah, tons of time for Matt, so maybe played a little too quickly here. First round, jitters perhaps, a little nervous. You know, there's money on the line here. Let's check this one out. Let's see if Jeffrey can convert. He does. So that's another point for Texas. And again, big result here if Oscar can convert, which I believe they can, especially against top board from UMass. Not the start that UMass wants, with only 1 point from their board 2, Dennis. And this is a great start for the Texas A&M team, looking to get on, well, get some money. All right, so knight goes here, interestingly. Yeah, if knight here, there was going to be this fork, so this was kind of the only move. Now we see the knight move here. Yeah, I mean, there's really no chance here for Matt, unfortunately. I'm just not seeing it. Like, even if the bishop goes back and opens up this pin, the rook is still here to defend. And yeah, you're just down all the material in the world. Knight into d5, just cutting off this guy, perhaps going for this, or this first, then this, which would be brutal. That'd be a really nice smothered mate. So white to move, or black to move, sorry. Maybe just b6. Also, there's apparently a match going to be after this, but to be determined. All right. Bishop all the way back to d1. This hangs the e4 pawn. However, white has some brutal discoveries with the rook. So rook e3, for example. Rook here, king here. Bishop check, fork. King here, and there goes your rook. This rook is hanging too, by the way. Knight here. Check. King down. Rook in. There was knight takes, potentially. Pawn push, saving that pawn. Knight is hit. Yeah, white exchanges the knight. Black had that pre-moved. Check, king down. Black needs to get rid of these pawns. White's helping a little bit by taking. Black needs to go for stalemate. Because, you know, what else? So I would have maybe considered b4. Okay, you're getting forked here. You could take the bishop with check. You hold on to it. You're pinned. Drops the knight. Drops the bishop. Pushes the b pawn. Exactly. Exactly. All right, now stalemate. But it's going to be just a mate. All right, GG. All right, so yeah, big upset here. Board 4 from Texas A&M taking down board 1, Matt from UMass. And that gives Texas the first lead, 3-1, a 2-point lead going into round 2. So strong start here from Texas, taking on University of Massachusetts, UMass. All right, so round 2 now starting. Here we have Priyadarshi Mishra versus Alexander Wang. Or Wang, I guess I should say. All right, Karo Khan. Advance, no, exchange. An exchange, Karo. Here from Priyadarshi. whose username is just their name, which you love to see. Nice and smooth and simple. Okay. C3, both bishops out for white. Solid setup here for sure. The knights are connected now. Castles for both sides. We have more of the game starting. So Matt versus checkmate. Matt's going to redeem himself, or at least try to, against Garov, who got a point in that first round. Reminder, 150 bucks on the line. Fourth place gets 3-month diamond memberships. So both teams guaranteed something at this point, but going to try to fight it out for the cash. Here we have Jeffrey versus Dennis. And this one looks like it was a Alpin Sicilian, which is what I play. So you know it's a good opening. Just kidding. Okay, lots of trades here. Lots of trades. And now bishop to d5. This is very awkward because now the d pawn is very weak. So the rook is going to have to move. And now black could take the knight and then take on d4. So, yeah, very interesting. Okay, but black doesn't want to give up the bishop pair. Instead goes bishop to f6, putting pressure, even more pressure on the d4 pawn. But here I would go knight to e5, not allow black to take the knight. Bishop here. This looks to be defending the pawn, but again, there's bishop takes f3. Queen takes, and now your d pawn falls regardless. We'll see if Dennis goes for that. 1890 versus 2000. So Jeffrey's the strongest player for both these teams. The only 2000 rated player. But yeah, black's still reluctant to give up the bishop pair. Doesn't go for the pawn. Instead goes rook to b8. Now we see knight to c5. A pawn push to save it from black. Knight d3 seems somewhat reasonable, but again, black can win a pawn here if they wish. Knight d3 kind of blocks the queen in a little bit. Let's check out some of the other games. Okay, so Oscar, board 4, who did really well that last round, now is playing against Banker, who is Thomas. And let's see, Thomas has already castled and seems to be up a pawn. Now there's e4 when the time is right, but maybe you don't want to block your bishop. There's bishop f4, which also makes sense. There's knight e4. Okay, e4 is played with tempo. Bishop's going to step back. Bishop could move forward to g4 if they wish with tempo on the queen, and they do that. So now we could see the queen step up or to the side. Either e1 or d2 makes the most sense. You could self-pin with the knight, but that's not a good idea. Queen e1 played. Hello to Cute Cat, team captain from UMass, tuning in. Cheering on the team in their final match of the season. Okay, c4. I like this move a lot from black. However, white can maybe play just d4. Attacking the knight. Yes, d4 played, maintaining the strong center. The duo pawns. Pawn duo, perhaps I should say. Not to be confused with Duolingo, who we've partnered with recently for this month. But yes, the knight must move and goes backwards. And now there's maybe e5. Makes a lot of sense. Opening up the light square bishop, attacking the dark square bishop. Now, if bishop b4, you kind of block the rook's pressure on the b pawn, and this is a great opportunity for white to develop the bishop and break the pin on the knight. Now, it was harder earlier to develop this bishop because rook takes b2 is always a move. With the bishop here now, there's bishop d2. So perhaps bishop back to e7 was a better move. Also, you don't have to develop the bishop. You can develop the queen. And taking here is not really a threat. Perhaps you could even play a3. Okay, bishop up is interesting. Just aggressive, right? I mean, I would have preferred this square for the knight. Obviously, the knight's pinned, so that's why moving the queen up would make a lot of sense. Knight here looking to come here. There's no sacrifice with queen check because then there's bishop block. Looks like maybe a fork. Uh-oh. That's exactly what Thomas is going for. And black just needs to find bishop to f5. And at that point, white should probably sack the exchange for it, which you don't really want to do. That's exactly what we see. All right, so some spicy chess being played here. That's a check. There's a block with a tempo. There's a check with a tempo. But now the king can come here? No. There's bishop check, skewer at the least. There's also queen check. Maybe there's something there. So instead of blocking with the pawn, making dark square weaknesses, the king simply draws back. And now white would love to activate the knight, maybe activate the bishop. Yeah, knight here makes a lot of sense, but the problem is this guy is also falling with tempo with a check. So bishop here makes a lot of sense, but now we can start seeing some trades. For example, take. Knight here comes in with some ideas. We see the simple trade. Lots of sense being made. You got to take back. And now knight d5. I guess there's bishop d2. There's also bishop to g5 with tempo on the queen. But yeah, white only has 3 pawns for the rook, which is not enough. Unless the rook could teleport to h3. But unfortunately, the rook can only do so much here out on a1. And beautiful knight here, by the way. Not an outpost square because it's not defended by a pawn, unfortunately. But dark square bishop can never dislodge the knight. So, and black wisely looking for some trades. Trades are going to favor the side that is up material. So white has to decline that trade. Instead offers an attack to the knight. The knight's going to have to move, or black will simply defend the knight, which I suspect we'll see with maybe a move like queen d7. Makes a lot of sense. Or queen c6 or queen e6. Queen e6 played. And now white needs to get the other rook involved somehow. Okay, let's check in on the other games. So we actually have a result. Chess Center, Alexander taking down Pre-Darcy. So UMass getting a point back here. That's good to see. Let's see what happened here. This was the Caro exchange. We see a trade, another trade. Knight in, traded. Pawns pushing for white. Still pushing, checking, checking again, trading. Check, check, and yeah, black gets this checkmate. So, rough stuff here. If rook blocked this way, you're gonna get you're going to lose a lot of stuff too. So it looks like white got a little too aggressive here. And here, queen c3, king up, and now, yeah, queen check is going to just about do it. All right, we have another result. So Jeffrey winning this game. Jeffrey the 2000. How to stop him? Good question. We have another result. Matt lost to checkmate. So Gaurav and Jeffrey now both at 2 points. 5-2. And we have one last game here in round 2. So Oscar's doing great too. Texas A&M looks like they're going to be unbeatable. Yeah, Gaurav taking down Matt. So top board from UMass, 0 for 2. Not the start you need. And Oscar, 4th board from Texas, going to start 2-0 against the top 2 boards from UMass. So, yeah, Oscar, lowest rated player on both teams, but highest performance so far. Black's threatening checkmate, and it's not clear how to stop that. Queen here probably only move. And we see that's been played. So now black can do stuff like knight takes on c3 and Lord knows what. But yeah, this is the game that we saw the sacrifice fail to bishop f5, I believe. And yeah, I mean, black is just up a rook for 2 pawns now, and soon to be more. So we see a trade there. Black also playing very well, forcing this rook trade. And white's only hope is to play f5, f6, and we see it in motion. But one trade, and now, yeah, black's going to win the queen. And now black could simply just gobble up all the pawns, or if they wanted to, they can push their pawn now. That pawn went into Pac-Man mode, taking everything. All right, so white's going to get one last check-in. Black just takes it, and now we have pre-move mate. Not pre-moved, but yeah, Oscar, fantastic start. 2 for 2 as board 4. And going into the second half of the match, Texas A&M is up by 4 points now. They doubled their score. They were up 3-1. Same exact results in round 2 gives them a 6-2 advantage, up by 4. So UMass is going to need a sweep in one of the rounds just to tie it, but I suspect Texas A&M is going to be able to convert it, and convert it soon. So they came to play. They did really well, but the match is not over yet. We still have half the match remaining. UMass could be a second half team for all we know. Yeah. All right. So waiting for round 3 to start. Here we go. Jeffrey versus Thomas. Thomas 0 for 2 start. Jeffrey 2 for 2 start. So couldn't be better for Jeffrey. And yeah, 2 players from UMass still looking to get on the board. Their top board, Matt, that's going to be really key. That could be the difference, actually. Losing to both bottom boards is rough. So maybe we check in on Matt. Actually, yeah. Matt versus Priya Darcy. Matt starting with e4 with the white pieces here. Both players, low 1900s, pretty close in rating. We have a Vienna. And a Vienna Gambit on the board. Bishop pins the knight. Black may be trying to play knight d4, but I'm not sure. You see capture, probably knight takes here. Computer likes d takes, I guess. But yeah, knight takes, attacks the bishop, attacks the pinned knight. So we see the bishop come back to e2. This is a little passive. But now d4, we see the trade. Queen takes back. Castles. So queen and rook on the f file. Got to watch out for that. Bishop maybe developing, but no. Instead, we see the queen step over. If the bishop developed for white, then b2 maybe was hanging. King goes to the corner. Doesn't like the d pin being pinned. Can't blame them. And yeah, reminder, this is last match of the season for these two teams. Third place here in Division 7. Looking for $150 cash to the winner. So I think UMass had a couple of teams play in the playoffs. Hopefully they got some money. This could be added onto it. But unfortunately for them, they don't look to be winning this. They're going to be probably taking home some diamond memberships, which some people would say is better than the money. So either way, they're taking home something, which is nice. But yeah, Texas A&M, they want the money. And they're playing really great. So we see c5 now from black, trying to undermine white's pawn duo in the center. White has a couple of options here. You can push, you can take, you can do nothing. They opt to push d5, closing things up and keeping sure that the black pawns for Priyadarsi stay backwards. So now piling up. An immediate trade we see. So white gets a connected pass pawn on d5, which is definitely an asset. Here we see b3 played. Just saving the b pawn from black's queen. And now the queen slides over to the king side now. We might see a rook lift here. We might see the knight reroute, but no. Priyadarsi wants to trade off queens, understandably. Even position otherwise. Yeah, rook lift. We do see the queens come off. Let's check back in with Noob Cuber. Jeffrey with the whites. Both sides castle king side, but black's king is a little bit safer. Black's got this queen on f2. Pawns pushed up to f4 and g3. So definitely more space being felt there by white's king. Now, the fianchetto bishop covers all the light squares, but uh-oh, this was a mistake with the move queen e1. Wow, back rank. Jeffrey misses it as a 2000, and it's mate in 2. Bishop takes. That blunders mate in 1 now with queen f1. Missed again. But yeah, I just picked up an exchange, but your bishop was way more valuable. Does white, I mean, white can't even develop the bishop without losing it, but you kind of have to. Oh, it just game abandoned. All right. I mean, that seems like a fair result to me. So now Jeffrey's 3 for 3. No end in sight for him. UMass is up to 7 points. They only need 1.5 now to win. And there are 7 games remaining, which is kind of crazy. So, UMass, their season's coming to an end here. I mean, so is Texas's. Hello, Gerbs. Welcome back. I have one more match after this to cover if the players are going to play. But that's going to conclude the Collegiate Chess League's Fall 2023 season, which is very exciting, to me at least. And we have the next season announcement going to be coming out very soon, actually, in December. So, everyone, I hope you enjoy Thanksgiving. A lot of people going to be on break coming up soon. But also our end of season survey announcement is going to be coming out soon, hopefully this week, if not already. Oscar's really playing well as a board 4. So, okay, we have another result. Priyadarsi has taken down Matt for their first win. So, Matt is 0 for 3. UMass just didn't come to play today, unfortunately. Well, they did come to play. I have to change that. When am I going to be on break? as soon as the fourth round finishes. So right now we're in round 3. 2 games left in round 3, and then 4 games left in round 4, and then we'll take a quick break as we perhaps prepare for the next match, which would be the final match. But I was told that maybe the players aren't responding, so we're not entirely sure if that match will even take place. So, yeah, at least UMass showed up. Maybe not on the board, but they're here, which is more than some teams can say, apparently. Anyways, this looks to be like some trouble here. Yeah, bishop takes. Oh, and the issue is when the king moves. Yeah, this knight, the bishop, all the light squares are whites. The king is going to get windmilled very soon, if not checkmated. So knight takes is going to be a big mistake. You don't want to invite the queen into the mix. You want to keep this queen down here. The issue is you're going to have to give up this rook. So this game is pretty much over, and that's going to be a win with a round to spare for Texas A&M's B team. So UMass is going to go home with some diamond memberships. And yeah, we see here just simply giving up the piece. You can capture either which way. And yeah, Texas A&M, they're going to take home $150. So congrats to them. Ending on a very nice, very solid note to end their season. All right, and here's another game we have resigns. So checkmate goes down. That's a point for UMass. Season's not over yet. Who's that? Alexander? Their fourth board at UMass is performing best with 2 points out of 3. But yeah, technically UMass could sweep the remaining 5 games and force overtime. But this match looks to be like a win for whites very soon. Let's see here. Let us see. Yeah, knight comes back looking for that windmill action, as well as potential checkmate. Check, the king can come up now, so you're not getting windmilled, which is good. But you're dropping this with check, perhaps. Computer likes knight h6, which is kind of crazy. Queen check, block here, for sure. And now what? I mean, you could trade queens and be winning. You could also go like queen to d5 or something. We see this rook trade. It's actually not so clear, because I guess black can sack the rook for the 2 minor pieces, and then it's just a bishop versus a rook. But okay, but this was a problem. You needed to bring the bishop back. This allows now g5, which now you're gonna have to just give up a piece, whereas before you were forcing black to give up the rook for the 2 pieces, and you'd be up in exchange. In this line, as you can see, black can now just win a piece, and material is going to be closer to even, but still good for white, because white's going to at least get this a pawn, it seems, targeting the b pawn as well. King steps up, not the best of moves. Perhaps trying to play for c5 with the bishop, which makes some sense. So yeah, I mean, Oscar didn't have to give up a piece, but the 2 outside pass pawns definitely a bonus. All right, there's check. King goes inward, which is really weird because now bishop takes f2 comes with a checkmate threat, but the problem is there's going to be bishop to d3, I guess there's a bishop block there. Wow, computers' only good move for white is actually knight d4 check. And Oscar's on a lot of time pressure, actually. Knight d4 check played. Black could take it, or they could move their king. They take it. We see the trade. So just up 2 pawns now for Oscar. 2 outside pass pawns, by the way. Very valuable. All right, check. King steps up. Rook check. Rook block, defending the b pawn. Black keeps the rook on the board. What else? And now the b pawn's pushed. And now a3 is put into question. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oscar's throwing, but has the rook now in a very good spot. Rook h3 makes a lot of sense. King steps back. King up now. Okay. Pawn push. Pawn push. Yes. King up. No. What are we doing? Huh. Check. Force the king back. King here. And now just bring the king up. Yeah. Check. No. What you want to do is get your king over by your rook. In my mind. So bring the king over. Chase him. Yep. At some point, maybe just king f4. No. I mean, that's interesting. Computer doesn't like it, though. What did it like? Oh, yeah, king f4, yeah. King f4 is the move that I was thinking of. Okay, this, though, allows rook f5 and then rook g5. So this was not a good move. Or maybe bringing the king up. Yeah, okay. King up again. Okay, king up again. Rook check, for sure. Force the king back, yes. And now pawn push, yes. You want to bring the king around maybe to a6, a7 kind of ideas. Otherwise, hard to get that rook out of place. Yeah, here, king a6, yes. So now you have to put the king on d8 or something like that. I don't know. Here, and now you could play king a7. Yes, and now you're just threatening b7 and b8 equals checkmate. Not even equals queen. You can make a rook too. It's going to be GG. Yeah, and the problem is it comes with check and with mates. There you have it. All right, Oscar gets the job done for Texas A&M B. That's 3 points out of 3 games, and 9-3 score clinches the dub for Texas. So there is one final round remaining. Yeah, we'll see what the final score ends up being. But congratulations to Texas. Dominant performance from round 1. Getting the job done. Taking home the $150. All right, so 4th and final round, Jeffrey versus Matt. This is Matt's last opportunity to get on the board, but it's also Jeffrey's opportunity to go for the sweep, the 4-0 win. And yeah, we'll see how quickly this game goes. Both sides playing like lightning speed. Matt already has a damaged king side. E5, bishop back. Yeah, gonna pick up that H pawn. Matt's just kind of over it, I think, at this point. So not the result that UMass wanted, but their school in general, I think, did really well this season. And there's plenty of CCL left in the spring. So I'm expecting them to come back. We have a queen trade here. Bishop takes backwards, which you need. And now the H pawn is activating, jumping into motion. E pawn is hanging, so probably we don't want to give that up for free. Check, check. Oh, that's going to pick up an exchange at the very least. Yeah, there goes the exchange. This bishop is a dead piece. There's a check here. And I mean, you can castle. You can give that up. Yeah. No, this is really well played from Jeffrey. So Matt's gonna get blinked today. All right, here's Gaurav versus Dennis. Gaurav 2 for 3 so far. Dennis only has 1 point. Let's check on Oscar versus Chess Center. This is Oscar at board 4, perhaps underrated. 3 for 3 right now. Alexander, the point leader for UMass, maybe also underrated. Just under 1900. But 2 out of 3. Only having lost to Jeffrey. So, this is a big matchup. We have Priyadarshi versus Thomas. Thomas looking to get their first points of the match as well. Yeah, so this was a quick one. This was fast. Awkward king here. Double isolated f-pawns. Also awkward king here for black, pushing through. Lots of pressure here, but it is defended sufficiently. This knight is on an outpost, protected by the g-pawn, so white's trying to tear this down. All right, so we see a gambit of the pawn, basically. h5, black trades, and now the queen is entering the equation. Wants to get in there with a check with a fork as well. King steps aside, says not today. Gets out of a pen, but now knight check forces the king somewhere. Where exactly? I don't know. But, okay, just simply back, I guess. But now the knight's not in a pen, so the knight could trade if wanted. Queen to g5 is a big threat here, actually. Bishop h6 actually makes a lot of sense for black. Okay, Jeffrey did get the sweep. So Matt gets swept. Jeffrey sweeps. Score now is 10-3. King f2. King e6. Yeah, this is rook and pawn endgame. Slight favor for black because of what exactly? I mean, 4-on-2 versus 3-on-2, so an extra pawn. Check here. Actually, now this rook is really good because you're putting pressure here, and that's going to drop the pawn. So white should be able to convert this, in my humble opinion. Check and take here is going to defend this, but this is a passed pawn. Technically connected if this pawn push, but you know, okay, so here's a check. That's a skewer. If king wants to defend, they have to go really passive, and now white can continue the journey. But this king is cut off, although it could join this move, maybe, but yeah, going after the weaker pawn, saving that guy, using it to defend. Rook here is a fork. Missed, perhaps. Now this is weak. But yeah, you could take this and then take that. Or you can push this home. Yeah, now there's no stopping the promotion. Even if you get behind it, the check is going to come with the protection of this. So Dennis should win this one. Fairly simply, regardless of what the computer says. Yeah, just take the outside passer and then you're good to go. All right, let's look at yeah, so bishop h6 played. Now bishop dives in. Black has a lot of momentum here. down a piece for white, actually. Did we miss something? Did we miss a sacrifice? So what ended up happening? What even is this opening? Whoa, just a straight up king bond cloud from black. Check. Gambits. Very strange behavior for these players. Yeah, didn't castle. Blocks a check. Blocks the knights. Gambits here. But yeah, not a great game here for white, unfortunately. Bishop is hanging here now for white. Trade it for the knight. But yeah, lots of problems here for white. Lots of problems. Queen up. That's going to blunder this at least. I guess there's this, though. But then there's like this and that. And yeah, it's not good. So we'll see if black takes it or finds it. In the meantime, we could tune into everyone's favorite here. Yeah, queen in, just bishop here's mate. GG. Finds it. Nicely done here from Alex. 3 out of 4, only losing to top board Jeffrey. So Alex played a good match today. 3 out of UMass's 4 points. With 2 games remaining, Thomas looks like they're going to get their first point. Hello, Subham. Good to see you. And Dennis going to get a point here. So this might be the only round that UMass wins. 3 points out of 4. We might see resigns here from Garov. We might. Maybe. Or play on. You could stalemate. Or white could hang their rook in timeout or something. Let's see what's going on this one. Yeah, this one is actually not over either. Like, I could see a checkmate being blundered for sure. Okay. Wait a second. Knight f6, fork. Knight f6 played. Watch out for e8. Oh my god, this is so nerve-wracking. The only move here for black is knight g3. No, this is just mate. Queen e8, queen g8, rook e6. Wow. So Thomas was looking great here. Unfortunately choked. But white still has to mate. So let's see if Priyadarsi can clutch it out. Going in with the queen and the rook mate. Nicely found. And let's check out the technique here in the last game. All right, just king b6. This is mate in 2. There you have it, folks. So Dennis finishing 2 out of 4, respectable. But yeah, final score 11 for Texas A&M, who wins 3rd place in Division 7 against UMass's 5 points, who ends up in 4th place and wins some diamond memberships. So $150 to Texas A&M. Congrats to their B team, and congrats to both teams on a fantastic season, ending top 4 in their group out of 16. It's pretty respectable. They're in the cashes, the prizes, cash prizes for Texas and membership prizes for Massachusetts. All right, so we have about 10 minutes before the next match starts, and I'm not sure if that match is even going to take place. So give me a couple minutes. I'll be on a break, and I'll ask these teams if they're still going to play. If not, then we'll end and we can raid. If that's the case, then thanks everyone for watching. But if you got nothing else to do, stick around maybe, and we'll see if we can watch some Division 19 gameplay between Illinois' F team and John Brown. So that should be exciting if it happens. So we'll see. They had to postpone and reschedule a couple times. Um, yeah, we're not sure if there's enough players, but yeah. All right. I'll be back with an update. For now, stay tuned and take care. All right, everyone, welcome back. This is Division 19's third place match between University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign's F team and John Brown University. I think Illinois is just waiting on one final player before we get started, but we are going to have a match, which I'm very excited to see. So, good luck to these two teams. For those of you curious what they have on the line, it's a bunch of chess.com memberships. So, yeah, the winner is going to get 4 1-month diamond memberships. The loser goes home with nothing. This is the season on the line here. So, lots of pride on the line for sure. All right, here we go. Match is starting. Paul Martin versus TNNS player 04. So let's see. Who did Illinois end up going with? Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, it looks like they're just going with Jasper. All right. Um, all right, guys. This is literally the last match of the entire season. So I'm very excited to see who's going to win this one. Illinois versus John Brown. I think John Brown, is in Arkansas. So I think these are two central region schools. Very exciting. So how did they get here? I know some people are asking. Great question. Let me see. So Division 19 out of 23. Illinois lost in overtime to York University in Canada, 11-9. So very close match. John Brown lost to Concordia, Texas, 10-6, and York University ended up winning the finals 10-6. So I think Illinois is the higher seed, the favorite. based off the semifinals match, they seem to be the favorite. But we'll see. We'll see for John Brown how this ends up working. Yeah, we have Jasper a Cactus playing against Akapach, who is Alfredo Capacho from John Brown. And we have Will Maps versus Pookie. Pookie is the team captain from John Brown. So, higher rated here as well, which is interesting. Brady TNN here, TNNS, looks to be the lowest rated player, but isn't doing too bad here if they play a couple decent. I mean, honestly, White's ahead in development. So, watch out for this, though, I will say. Probably that was the best move. Yeah, that was an opportunity missed by Paul Martin. So we'll see if they can get this again. No, we just see this. Probably knight here is going to be coming in, which is a strong move, by the way. Last match in the entire league. Okay, surely you play knight g5, right? Although knight here is going to be annoying, but we're threatening mate. We're threatening knight takes. Knight f6, knight f7. Yeah, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. I like how White's playing. They're being aggressive. Aggression should be rewarded. Oh no. Paul Martin. You gotta see the mate in one, buddy. That was rough. Yeah, knight f6 was best move. Oof. All right. Well, checkmate on the board from the lowest rated player, Brady from John Brown, getting a dub on the board. So let's see how team captain Pookie is doing from John Brown. Looks like Will is doing well for Illinois. So opposite side castles. Active rook here in the center. Probably would prefer knight to be there, to be honest, but the knight's going to b5. We could see White try to launch the h-pawn at some point. Maybe get the bishop up involved. Maybe kick the knight around. Put some pressure on this guy. Yeah, just f4 like right away. f4. This is called removing the defender. The queen was defending the knight. This knight defends the knight, but we can remove this knight. The knight's going to be defenseless to the rook. So f4 would be the move from Will. We'll see if the Illinois player finds it. f4 played. So nice shot here. Tough to play on for black. You kind of can't really move the knight, and if you do move it, I mean, not a lot of great options. So maybe just allowing this capture is best at this point. Also, I don't see the fourth game, by the way. So let me try to find that again. Nope, don't see it. All right, so yes, we see this trade. Knight takes back. Now this is an isolated pawn. So yeah, up a piece. White has the bishop pair. Still needs to get the bishop and rook involved, right? Bishop wants to come out. Rook maybe wants to come out, or maybe stay on the h file and just play h4, h5. Bishop here, strong pin, makes sense. Black should not take because then that gives white the connected pass pawn, which you love to see. Rook trade. Okay, so now there's a choice on how to take. I would take with the e pawn. Yeah. And okay, this move makes some sense. The bishop's here to defend. Our rook now wants to come here, so we want to move the bishop. But maybe if we took this way, the bishop could come here. I mean, either square. This isn't great because this comes with check. If takes, that comes with check. So that's just not good. This move, we're kind of blocking in the rook a little bit, but rook e1 could still be played. And then the bishop could tuck back. Yeah, bishop e2, very sensible move here from Will. So nice technique here from white, although white is in some time pressure, down a minute compared to Pookie's 2 minutes, but give me the extra piece any day compared to the time. King steps up. Pawn is pushing through. That's simply blocking the queen, but now the knight's no longer pinned. Queen doubling. In the corner, but aggressively so. Kind of an interesting way of putting it. 40 seconds for Will. Just under 2 minutes for Pookie. What is Pookie's real name? Luke Pipkin. I like that name. Okay, knight comes back, revealing a discovery attack on b2. Will doesn't find it. Goes for the rook, to be fair, but this comes with check. King moves. And now bishop here, or no, you don't want to go here, but bishop here is maybe worth a try, actually. I would give it a go. Maybe white takes the knight. Ooh, trap is being set by the sneaky Pookie. Surely white sees it. Surely. I mean, just like here or here or here or here. Low time. Bishop back. Okay. All right. So aware. You can't take the rook for free. So defended. Bishop in with the fork. But the pawn's defended at least. Queen in now. Maybe bishop d4. Okay, saving the rook. Pressure on the knight. Knight comes back. This is going to blunder the d pawn, perhaps. Perhaps. But then, actually, I don't know. There's knight e7, I think. Bishop b2 is really solid. I like this move a lot. Tempo on the queen. And just developing a piece. The minor piece. On a great diagonal, too, by the way. So, okay, goes for the block. You could go for some trades here. And does so. Black should have played queen takes. Williams up, but low on a lot of time. Rook b8 is going to be annoying, but there's queen takes c5, which is a really good move. Low time for William. Your knight's pinned. You got to defend it. Goes here into the pin. Now, what does the computer want? The computer wants queen f6, and this is winning for black. Or the move a4, which I like. A4 is quite annoying for sure. But then It's only buying you a move because you have to play queen b5. Ooh, that might have been a mistake. What's going on here? Computer likes the move knight to d4, attacking the queen. Oh, we see an exchange sacrifice. Why? I couldn't tell you. 1 second for Will. 3.3 seconds. There's only 2-second increment. Knight comes in, threatening mate in 2. Rook here. Hold on. Computer likes queen d2. Queen d2 is only a move for black. Otherwise, white's up a rook. Queen here going for mate on a2. Now white's getting in with the checks. There's another check. This is mate in 2 with h4. That's a free queen. That's a free queen. Both players missed it. Both players missed it. Will, 2 seconds. 1 second. Queen back. That wasn't even a check. I think black had like mate in 1, no? I don't know. Anyways, queen finally gets to trade. Wow. And Will just barely is going to survive this. You could sack the exchange. Oh, you just gave up your bishop with check. Oh my god. Okay, it's still even somehow. Oh my god. Check. Go after the pawn. Okay. Not the pawn I was thinking of. Okay. That's a check. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Okay, the checks are becoming annoying. Don't take the pawn. Save the c pawn, please. What is that? Okay. Going after the g pawn. All right, at least you didn't blunder the rook. I mean, that would have been wild. Okay, you can take the pawn now. All right. This game is like so far from over. It's crazy. Check. Interesting. Check again. Uh-oh. Don't go back. Oh, no. Rook takes is going to win the knight. Oh, took the wrong way. Oh, my lordy. This could be a draw. This knight has so many lives. Oh, my goodness. Push the h-pawn. Wrong pawn. That's a free pawn. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. My goodness, folks. This game's going to be a draw. Bring the king in. Rook g5 was a fork. Oh, my lord. Oh, my lord. Oh, God. Oh, lordy. You dropped the h-pawn. Oh, no. Don't go rook f8. Oh, my word. Black could win this. No shot. No way, Jose. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. No. I mean, oh, 1 second. He could flag. Check. Don't promote. Don't promote. Yeah. Well, you need to find a way to put your knight on g1. Very likely you could flag here for sure. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, rook to the second is just instant draw. Oh my god, the knight's making it to e1. You didn't play knight e1. Go back. Black was winning. What are you doing? You had it. Knight c2. Knight c2 to e1. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, there it is. 91, 91. There it is. Oh my god. Wait. Oh my god, you can't even go to c2. That's so devastating. Don't flag though. It's not over yet. Don't flag. Just move. Move the rook. No. Pookie with one of the most dramatic comebacks of all time. That was insane. What was that game? But that's the team captain from John Brown getting the job done and leading the team to victory. So, yeah, wild finish to that game. That was just incredible. This is why we watch Division 19. Okay. Yeah, I'm still missing the fourth game, but that's okay. I don't know what's happening in this match. We're watching something. Chess is being played here between two teams. So there's that. I can at least tell you that much. That much I'm certain of. Okay, so that was round 1. Waiting for round 2 to start. Don't know where it is, where the players are, but that's okay. So apparently John Brown's missing a player, I've been told. But that's okay. Hmm. All right, here we go. Game aborted. Let's go. All right, here it is, the rematch. All right, and we have this game as well, Akapach versus Will. So, yeah, 2 points for Brown. I don't exactly know what's going on, but that's okay. Who needs to know anyways? All right, what is this, an Alpen? Let's go. Huge plays from White. I'm already cheering on Amoeba 6, Siddharth, who I think we missed in the first round. So that would tell me perhaps Toby from John Brown is missing. But that's okay. Doesn't matter. So where's Pookie? Anyways. All right, so what's going on in this one? Brady had a big win, a checkmate, and won in the first round. And Amoeba is picking up a pawn here. So Siddharth looking to push with the win. I mean, Amoeba's the higher rated player for sure. So it looks like Brady's just going to be underrated in every matchup, but can't trust the ratings all the time. Okay, white being aggressive here. Neither side has castled. Black maybe giving up a pawn here. White could take on e6 a handful of times. 3 times perhaps, and does so. And you could take with check with the queen, although you don't want to line up your queen and king when you haven't castled yet, and black has. So it's risky. It's risky, and you see white actually just castles first. So perhaps before taking on e6, white could have actually castled queenside, and getting their rook on the d file opposite of black's queen would have been really strong. So this allows an opportunity for black to defend the e-pawn. And white could just pile on. They can bring both rooks to the e and d files, which I think makes a lot of sense. Rook a to d1, rook f to e1, both top candidate moves here for white. Very solid. Very much within the opening principles. You've developed all your pieces. Now you've castled. Your rooks are connected. And now you have to bring the rooks in. All right, so yeah, John Brown's missing a player. This should be an interesting match, Sir Chesselot. Yeah, we already had a crazy game in round 1. Unfortunately, one of the teams is missing a player, but they're also up 2 points to none right now. But I'm not counting any forfeit wins, so who really knows what's happening? It's a mystery to me. So, but regardless, I want to watch these games because I think they'll be pretty interesting. Okay, check. King goes to the corner. B5, hitting the knight. Knight's gonna jump to E5, I suspect. But the computer wants knight to D2 to get to E4 with tempo, perhaps. Actually, yeah, here, like, the knight can fork these. So this is actually a sharp position. Knight E5 allows knight E3. And also this knight's going to be hanging as well, so tough. If you go knight to D2, knight here, then knight here, I don't know. This is definitely the more natural move, I'm not going to lie. But, okay, actually, after this, maybe there's this, which is very intriguing. But then maybe there's, like, queen here. And maybe there's this. Oh, my God, it's too complicated. But knight e3 is the move, apparently. I don't know how any of this works. Here, here. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea. It's too confusing. Can I put this move on the board? No, it's not letting me. Well, they didn't even go for it. Maybe worried about this. I mean, I didn't see what black were to do there either. But the computer liked it slightly. But better than nothing. Let's look at the other game. What's happening in this one? Oh, we do have Pookie's game. All right, so Pookie had that wild comeback win in the first round. Hold, yeah. You can change. I mean, there's shift and there's also control. So here's the default. Here's shift. Here's control. And there's also alt for blue. So you get 4 colors. Fun fact. All right, so what's happening in this one? Pookie with white. You can never count them out. All right, this game is low on time. Will lost in the first round. Black has a lot of space on the queen side. We could see this queen almost get trapped, actually. Yeah, we see a3, a4, queen tucks back, rook to the c file, c3. Okay. That blunders the knight. Yeah. Will's mopping up here. Acapod. Alfredo Capacho. What a name, by the way. Unfortunately not doing well here. Dropped the knight. And, uh-oh. Computer hates that move because of rook e6. Rook e6 played, and you're going to threaten some discoveries. Where does the queen even go? Computer wants queen g1, which is wild. But this move, rook e1, missed. But still, going after the queen, rook e1 would have been gnarly. Follow up with queen g8. And, I mean, you got to find the knockout there, though. But Anyways, what's the material? It's queen versus knight and rook. But you also have two pawns. So queen is nice and centralized now, threatening a lot of checks. The b pawn's weak. Yeah, just no time. Wow, Will was winning and then just blunders. So Alfredo with the big point here from John Brown. All right, another time scramble. Amoeba is winning, but less than 10 seconds. Hey, Zebcat with the huge raid. Let's go. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Collegiate Chess League's Division 19 third place match between University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign's F team and John Brown University. And this is an absolute mess because I think John Brown is missing a player, but they're up 3-0. So, yeah. Hello and welcome. You guys are tuning in for some quality grade A Collegiate Chess League competition here. This is actually the last match of the entire season. So, yeah. You might be asking yourself, what does the winner of Division 19 third place get in the Collegiate Chess League? Well, that's a fantastic question. And the answer is that you win diamond memberships for third place. So, yeah, lots at stake here. Lots on the line between these two teams. Not to mention, I mean, it's just a pure rivalry, truly. Everyone knows University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign's F team just absolutely demises John Brown University. You know, that's just a classic Illinois versus Arkansas rivalry. There aren't nearly enough well, there's 23 divisions. So if you thought Division 19 was low, we're not even past Division 20. So yeah, there are lots of divisions. Okay, I would hang the C pawn on purpose. I would play like king here. This also works. We're trying to bait the rook into getting forked. But perhaps not taking the bait. Maybe it's too obvious. I mean, Pookie is the team captain here for John Brown. So Pookie's definitely okay. This unfortunately blocks our knight. So, yeah. But the good news is White's still winning. Yeah, Cormac. In your Porsche? Nice. I luckily have plenty of pens, but thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of leagues for, well, how many leagues are there actually for chess? Or for college chess specifically? There's an Australian league that they have a hard time playing in the CCL because the CCL default match time is good for US time zones. Okay, so bishop to f7 would have gotten the job done here. Yeah, plenty of time for White to convert this. Bruin is okay for a CC guy. Biggest compliment I've ever gotten. So thank you. All right, bishop check. Unfortunately helping the king. And a lot of material could be hanging. So, I mean, the good news is maybe we can just take things. Take and defend. But definitely making life more difficult than it needs to be. So, we'll see how Pookie converts. Plenty of time, 2.5 minutes. This is 5+2 time control. This is round 2. Okay, this is blundering a lot more material, actually. Because when the king takes this guy, that's hanging. And if that moves, that's hanging. So, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to settle our losses here. Okay, we're going this way, but our knight's actually much worse than what our bishop was because the knight is boxed out right now. Oof. Yeah, and we had so much time. Unfortunately, unable to convert it. So let's see. Here forces the... okay. The knight has escaped, although our pawn might be dropping. What did you say, Lance? Classic commentator's curse? No. Are you a commentator or a commenter? I don't know. Ooh, check. Okay, so the G pawn's gonna fall, but then the king is gonna wait. Oh, this is a classic Pookie switch and bait. Blunder the G pawn for the fork, but I would go here, and then if they're there, nice. Tricky guy. This Pookie. Knight block only move there. So yeah, it's 2 pawns for an exchange, which is dead even in material. I don't know. I kind of like the pawns though. I'm not gonna lie. Pawns be looking good sometimes. Although this pawn could be weak, but the king didn't go after it. And this happened last game too. Like Pookie, although it was a little different actually with Pookie. Pookie was completely losing and then swindled for a big dub. So, okay, we got to unpin. That's step number 1. But with pushing the pawn, the knight becomes tethered to the pawn, unfortunately. But, okay, this pawn's running now. If here push, I mean, there's this. I don't know. It's complicated. King steps up, so knight is no longer pinned. Jasper Cactus. Less than a minute here. Trying to hold this. But yeah, all these pawns were defended, but now have been pushed. Rook comes here. There's no knight checks, by the way. Maybe I would go back. But then probably they would go back. But then maybe I go here. And then maybe they go here. And then I go here, and then they come back. Nope, going after something. But unfortunately, now our pawn has been overextended. So if Pookie's not careful, you could actually lose. So, okay, going after this pawn, which is impossible to defend. Here, but now the check. Don't go up. Oh, no. Oh, that's what you didn't need to do. Okay. Yeah, just push home, I guess. This also works. All right. We could still see a stalemate. But I have full confidence in Pookie's ability by this point. Yeah. King e7. Very nice. Pawns pushing. Promoting with check. Very wise. Queen check. Don't play here. Oh my god. I said don't do it. And you did it. Oh, all that work for stalemate. Holy smokes. Oh my word. Oh man, we've seen it so many times, but that's just a classic stalemate. Division 19. Oh my god, we're getting a raid from Botez. Oh my goodness, you guys. Hi and welcome everyone to the Division 19 third place match of the Collegiate Chess League. You tuned in right after this stalemate, which is really common in these divisions. I'm on a 20-second delay for fair play, by the way, so if I'm slow, I'm sorry. But you're tuning in. This is the last match of the entire season for the entire league. So after this, I mean, maybe I'll just like play normal chess, I guess. I don't know. But welcome everyone. If you're wondering what the Collegiate Chess League is, it's what I do for chess.com. So it's my full-time job. There's over 350 teams competing this season. Chess.com gives out $50,000 in prizes. If you're a college student and you want to join, I highly recommend that you do that. It's free to join, and there's prizes for every division. So the next season starts in January. Registration is going to open next month, and we saw St. Louis University win Division 1, and they won $5,000. Their average team blitz rating was over 3,000 between 4 players. So that's kind of crazy. But yeah, thanks for the raid. I really appreciate it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hello, Barney. Is there a disrespect Gerber redeem? No, only appreciation for Gerber here. So, Gerber's only here because of Alex raid. True. Thank you. Hi, Kevin. Always a pleasure. Hello, Hubside, Sepper. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm waiting for round 3 to start, but unfortunately, I don't see it. We need a ban Gerber redeem. You know, the only one that can ban Gerber is Gerber himself. How much to mod Hipside and ban Warrior? I would be very honored to moderate Hipside, but I mean, unfortunately, I think Hipside's too good of a mod for my channel. I don't know why the 3rd round's not starting. I'm not seeing it. I should give the players their draw. Who did Pookie just play? Was it Jasper? Yeah, let's give them the half points. So score is 1.5, 3.5. All right, here we go. Next game. So Jasper versus Brady. Game aborted. Rematch. We've seen this twice now. Okay, we have the Grob. So these players averaging about 1,000 rated. Playing the Grob. You know, some classic Grob theory. All right, giving up the G-pawn for control in the center. Okay, or not. That too. I was thinking like G5 might have been Grob theory, but maybe not. So yeah, white didn't get an E4. So now black has this French-like structure, E6, D5. But perhaps all part of Jasper a Cactus's plan here. Warrior, thanks for appreciating Gerbs again. Is the Grob sound? Great question. You know, it depends on who you ask. There's a lot of advocates out there for the Grob. Am I one of them? Perhaps not. But okay. We see the knight traded off. I mean, black's just up a pawn. This is a Grob gambit, if you will. Knight develops. We could take it and ruin the structure, but I think better is to develop, as we're seeing here. Perhaps C3 is pretty solid as well. You only know me here, Cormac. That's okay. That's all you need, really. Isn't Grob supposed to play C4? Hipside, you know more theory of the Grob than I do. I don't know much theory in general, but especially not for the Grob. Okay. Are there any other games playing? Yes, we have all 3 games playing, which is great. So let's tune in to some of the other ones. We have our fan favorite here, Pookie. Again, this is the team captain for John Brown. This is actually a really high-rated Division 19 match. Both players over 1,200. Kind of crazy. And the 3rd game, we have Alfredo Capacho versus Paul Martin. And yeah, Alfredo almost 1,400, 1,394 here with the white pieces. So definitely the favorite there. All right. Yeah, Alessia is definitely who comes to mind for me when it comes to players that play the Grob consistently, at least. Like, there's just certain people out there with their openings. Like, John Bartholomew is the Scandi. Eric Rosen and Andrea Botas, they play the London. Uh, Anna Cramling, she plays the cow. You know, it's like peanut butter and jelly, bread and butter. Alexandra hangs her queen. You guys get the point. All right, so maybe like bishop here. Seems annoying. Gerber only plays the Scandi because of John Bartholomew, which is, I think, pretty cool. I think before Gerber heard about John Bartholomew, he played like probably H4 or A4, one of those two. I'm not sure. Okay, so two attackers on this pawn, but two defenders. Knight here blocking the bishop. Pressure on this guy as well. Alessia plays it but tells the viewers not to. I like that. That's responsible coaching there. All right, C4, aggression. Explosive, some would say. I like it. The knight was a defender of C6. We see this capture. Uh-oh, queen here. We see this trade first, unprovoked, but still, queen here. So queen takes was necessary in this recapture. Does Brady doesn't see it, allowing the king to get out of there and perhaps lining up some things. This would be very unpleasant. So queen steps out of the file. Pressure on the pawn. Both sides with over 3 minutes. Who is John Bartholomew? He is a chess legend, international master, content creator. Was he like, did he found Chessable, or am I thinking of someone else? Or is it Chess 24? I don't know. Guy was doing a lot. Minnesota guy. Stellar Chess, hello and welcome. Hey, Halvard. Good to see you. Whatever Gerbs is about to say, don't listen to him. I'm trying to use the 20-second delay to my advantage. Perhaps anticipating things in chat. Although, probably not helping me. Are there Canadian universities? Yes. The Collegiate Chess League is international. We have about a dozen countries represented, at least. We've had more in the past. This is just a... Wow. Jasper Cactus really trying to trick Brady here. Does Brady fall for the bait? This would be mate if you take the free... There's queen takes. No, but hold on. What's going on here exactly? What does the computer want? Computer wants bishop takes. A4 with tempo. Renewing the pressure. Who's where? But yeah, Cormac, actually, there's a ton of Canadian schools. In fact, the team that won this division is from Canada, from York University. Bishop takes A4 played. Top move. This is impressive stuff from Brady, who is not even 1,000 rated. Who here would have taken the free bishop? I'm not gonna lie, I would be tempted. But yeah, I mean, bishop takes, aggression, right? And now we see the bishop saved, but there goes an exchange. Queen takes. That's going to blunder this with check. I was expecting rook takes. King up, connecting the rooks. Could black have castled? I don't even know. But, okay. Defending this now. Don't take it. Take care, Sepper. Thanks for being here. Sepper gonna pay double. Wow, okay. All right, so queen into g3, attacking the bishop. So the bishop should probably move, and does so. Goes to c6. I would play rook d8. Probably rook h d8. But also there's like queen takes h3, which is annoying because it attacks the rook on f1. Voila. Brady's playing some good moves. Uh-oh, that's a blunder. I mean, Brady's going to find this. Brady's not moving. Whoa, okay, queen. Wait. All right. Okay, the rook has a second life now. Really worried about this check. This would have come with check, you know. I would take that and worry about this later. The wife keeps muting the stream. Tell her it's Division 19, third place, final match of the season. Where are the priorities? Okay. So computer didn't love this move. And why is that? Queen here. I mean, this looked good to me. But 'twas not the move, apparently. Instead, it liked the move rook h1. Wow. There's no stopping rook h7. So that was missed. I mean, I missed it too. It's not easy. Kevin, thank you for gifting the Halvard. Much appreciation. Halvard, give yourself a shout out. Just kidding. I don't think you can do that. I'll give it to you. Okay. So Brady is low on time, and in time pressure blunders the rook with check. Uh-oh. That's not mate. There's a pawn here. Oh my god, it's so close. There's a check. King can come back. That was the only move, by the way. Grabbing a pawn. This pawn is hanging. Takes that. This defends that. Here's a check. King here. There's an annoying check, for sure. Check here instead. Ooh, king's getting in. Uh-oh. Can the queen and king mate alone? Here's this. Grabs a pawn. I mean, hold on. There's this, but holy smokes, people. Look at all the pawns for the bishop. That's a lot of pawns. I think black is actually the favorite at this point, if I'm being honest with you all. Can I be honest with you all for a moment? All right, take care, Gerbs. I appreciate you. Just really quickly, I want to tune into Pookie. Ooh, Pookie's in time pressure. But on the attack, G5, solid move. Queen check, there's a rook block. Yeah, G5 is a star move from Amoeba. Rook block. Queen probably just has to come back home. What? Queen takes? What was that? I don't know what that was. That was a Botez Gambit in honor of Alexandra. How nice. This knight is a monster piece. Yeah, I mean, that's just defended. Wow. I mean, with all the pawns locked up, I mean, maybe there's a stalemate. That'd be insane, but kind of impossible. How's Brady doing? Wait, the queens are traded off. I mean, black is just winning this. Look at the pawn storm. This bishop just doesn't stand a chance. I mean, okay. No, I mean, come on. This is a couple moves too slow now. Yeah. There's a queen on the board. There's still I mean, we saw stalemate in the other one. Okay. Alfredo won, and Amiibo won. We didn't look much at this one. But yeah, just up a bishop. Okay. Ooh, and we have checkmate here with the piece. So Brady taking down Jasper. And we have one last round to go. So John Brown is up by 3, but they are missing a player. So I'm not sure if there's any forfeit points we have to take into consideration. But yeah. Anyways, you guys. I think one last round, and then probably I'll go get dinner. And then maybe I'll stream again later tonight. I don't know. If I was like a professional streamer, I could just like order food to myself and eat it on stream. You know, that's what the pros do. No time to waste. If you're actually a real pro, you just wouldn't even eat. You would just stream for dinner. You would eat pawns for dinner. That's what Alex and Andrea do, right? Just kidding. No, I've seen them eat before. More than just pawns. At least. But wow, okay, those commands might be very out of date. I don't know if I would trust them. Okay, so let me refresh. We're waiting for round 4. Okay, yeah, we have a game. This is Siddharth versus Alfredo. 24/7 stream. Listen, I'm not like you, Halvard. What's your record? Like 41 hours? I'm 27. Dude, the age command is up to date. Let's go. Yeah, I'm much older than Alex, you guys. I think she's like what, 24? I feel like Andrea's catching up to her. So that's pretty cool. One of these days, Andrea's going to be older than Alex. So very exciting times coming up. All right, F3, defending E4. Kind of a, frowned upon move in the chess community. F3. Learning what people use for commands. Yeah. Ooh, bishop to F5. Spicy move here from the 1400. Alfredo Carpaccio. Is that Italian name? I mean, Alfredo sounds very Italian. I could use some chicken Alfredo. Maybe I'll just get some Italian. Maybe. I don't know. All right. Bishop to B5, and Alfredo takes a step back here with the bishop. So deals with the threat of capturing on C6. Ooh, takes on C6 anyways. I am not a fan of this from Amoeba. Now bishop takes with tempo on the queen and more pressure on E4. So the queen has to move. Maybe you'd go for a queen trade or something, but this is 4 attackers on E4, only 2 defenders, and the queen is one of the worst defenders out there. So the idea, the move taking on C6, definitely not what you wanted to do. So we see a queen trade offered, and I think at the end of this, black is going to be up material. So looking good for Alfredo. Meanwhile, we have 2 other games. So we have Brady versus Will. And this was an Alpin opening, one of my favorites in general, but especially against the Sicilian here. I feel like a lot of people are playing the Alpin these days, which I think is good. 56 hours is the longest, dude. What is that? 2 straight days? That's wild. All right, here we go. Pookie versus Paul. We've seen some wild back and forth matches with Luke Pipkin, team captain from John Brown University, with the black pieces. So Fianchetto, an immediate question to the bishop. Does the bishop tuck back? Ooh, you don't want to go here. We're gonna need to see a sacrifice. If g4, knight takes, bishop takes. It's iffy. You get 2 pawns for the knight, but you maintain the pen. Both of these pawns, the king's gonna be very weak, very double-edged. But this bishop, very short on squares. We see this capture. I would probably take at this point. You played an FM for all 56 hours. So who was that? Props to them. Basics playlist is a shout out to Jerry's beginner to master playlist. We do see g4. We do see the knight sacrifice. Queen g3 makes a ton of sense. Pressure on the bishop. h5 here, defending, but perhaps weakening. We see the king step up. Maybe rook wants to come over. Yeah, it's a very interesting position here. Bishop can come in now, actually. Computer likes knight takes. Now that the knight's not pinned, I mean, this is just winning a pawn. Rook over, king up, very interesting. Yeah, let's take a pawn, shall we? Threaten to take the bishop too. And if takes, I mean, we're getting in on the dark squares. World record holder, Halvard in the chat. Okay, let's see. Does Paul Martin go for the pawn? Pookie always gets into trouble, and then somehow there's some magic that happens. Knight here, I'm not sure. Not sure the plan. The knight doesn't have a lot of good forward prospects from here. I mean, like, if you go wild and crazy, knight here, pawn takes. I was going to say rook takes, but now the rook is here to defend. So knight just comes back, says, you know what? That's fine. All right, so trade is king takes. That's wild. No, queen takes. All right. Interesting. Would love to see these pieces get involved somehow. Like, we need to get the other rook in. But, yeah, up a knight. Always love. Also, up the connected passer. Huge long-term advantage. Wow, pushing the h-pawn. Ambitious. Okay, let's check in on Brady versus Will. Whoa. Wait. What? Oh, that's just a knight. I don't know why I thought that was a pawn. Okay, so why is black down a piece? Can someone answer me this? A sacrifice. And for what? All right, check. Don't block because of this. You have to move the king now. Wait, and then you're losing the queen anyways. Wow, this is a Botez gambit in the making. We're seeing an early stage Botez gambit. We saw another player smother a queen with a knight earlier, which was crazy. That kind of stuff just doesn't happen. All right, so yeah, Brady, the only player less than 1,000 is going to go 3 wins. Hey, roller coaster. Good to see you. All right, so yeah. Bishop here. Should have that locked and loaded, ready to go. Yeah, that's brutal. Rook here, bishop here. How's that? That's also brutal. Holy smokes. No, just trade here, but now bishop check, queen check. I mean, there's just mate. This is forced mate. And we're seeing it happen. Unfolded. Here and here. Mate in 2. Dude, Brady with the clinic. This is the strongest 1,000 rated player I've ever seen. Bishop check. Don't take the rook. Don't tell me you take the rook. Oh. We needed the bishop. The bishop was an instrumental part of the checkmate. But you know what? That's okay. We didn't want the bishop in. We wanted that rook. I'll tell you that. All right, so let's yeah, capture on c5 and then just like rook here. Or this. That works too. Nice. Come on. You see it. Don't take oh my god. Okay. Okay. Takes here. Another mate in one. Nice. Nicely done, Brady. And Alfredo won as well by resignation. So that all comes down to Pookie now. So Alfredo with 3 points, Brady with 3 points, and John Brown's at 7.5. And if you get to 8.5, you win. But I don't even think Illinois, like, even if we add like 4 points for forfeit games to their score, like, they're still down by 1 with this last game. Basically, what I'm saying is, you guys, winner of this game wins the match. I've decided. All right. And what is this? Look at all of these rooks. There's a conglomerate of rooks around. Okay, check. So white has a piece. Oh, is the rook trapped? Not quite. Actually, you could take this, take that, and then take this. Can we win this now? We have 3 attackers, only 2 defenders. If that math checks out, I think we can do it. I mean, I would do it. I don't know, but maybe I'm crazy. Wow, bishop takes. So, bishop block. Uh-oh. Wait. Can we take this? What's happening? Yeah, that's definitely the move. Ooh, takes here. Takes here. This is hanging now, actually. Pookie might have a chance. Takes, just knight takes, king here. Okay. So, yeah, this rook is gobbling up everything. Pawn push, like, for sure. Ooh, takes here, but now takes here. Takes here. Just everything's in Pac-Man mode. This could end up being a draw. Like, up a bishop is good, but if black just mops up the pawns, then it's for what, you know? Okay, so here takes, that's pinned. Takes here, though, defends that, and with check. There's a check here. I mean, just bishop block. Oh, yeah, this is good. If here, there's this. So Paul Martin just needs to win the pawns and convert this pawn into a queen. That's how you win. There's this now, which is annoying. Not being played. I mean, doesn't need to be played. Halvard, if you're in college, you can join. I don't think you could join this division, though. So how the divisions work, it's set up by average team rating of the top 4 players. And there are some really strong players in lower divisions, but it's because their lower players are lower even more. So okay, you could see this trade. Is that winning? I just don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I think it's winning for white. I think they could do it. It'd be a mess, though. Probably not worth it. Probably you want to... Oh, okay, going for this. Interesting. For sure. Let's see white's technique to convert. If black can just grab this pawn, that's all they need. That's all they need. This division's for lower rated teams, yes, but the Collegiate Chess League has 23 divisions, so the average rating of the top division is over like 2,500, 2,600 for their top 4 players, and it's based off chess.com Blitz. Hello, Cyril. I don't know if I said that right. Okay, I am not a fan of the pawn on a dark square because this bishop can target it. And this king is going to box the king out. Yeah, king here, the pawn's a goner. And you're promoting on a dark square. If the pawn was on the A file, king here would be a draw. So this is very unfortunate for Pookie. Pookie needs to get to the corner. Didn't do it. That would have been your best chance, in my opinion, for a stalemate. Still hoping for a stalemate. We saw one earlier. I think Paul Martin should be able to have it in the technique. Here. Yep. And now, like, this. Or, okay. Nice. All right. So, Pookie couldn't get the job done, unfortunately. Paul Martin with the win. Their first of the match, it seems. But, yeah, 7.5, 3.5 is a score. I don't know where the missing games are, but looks to me like John Brown gets the win. But yeah, anyways, you guys, I'm done watching this. But this was the end of the Collegiate Chess League for the fall 2023 season. So thanks everyone for watching. Obviously, this was very exciting. Division 19, one of the lower divisions we have, but still exciting nonetheless. And I'm really excited for next season. So yeah, if you guys want to join the CCL Discord, !CCL. To find that, you'll stay up to date on all of the announcements. Chess.com sponsors $50,000 every year for prizes, and it's free to join for any university in the world. You just need a team of 4 players, and our next season starts in January with registration opening next month. So definitely stay tuned. Stick around for that if you are interested. I've been doing a lot of commentary with Nemo on the main channel on Saturdays. Probably some of you have seen it, which if you have, thank you. If you haven't, check it out. Otherwise, I think I'm going to end and go get dinner. So we're going to pass the raid to someone. But yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Much appreciation, much love. All right. Thanks everyone. Take care. Stick around for the raid, and I'll see you all later. Bye.